Yes, my dear students, in the last class we are explaining about the function call, right? So as we know what is a function call. Function call is an expression consisting of the function name followed by the arguments enclosed in parentheses. If there is more than one argument, the arguments are separated by commas. Yes, as we have learned this concept. Now we will see the syntax of a function call. Here the syntax as given. Let us see what is its syntax. Here it consists of a function name followed by argument list. For example, let me take add. It consists of int a comma int b. Okay, likewise you can have any number. This is an example. For example, cal float x comma float y comma float z. Okay, float z. Likewise you can specify any function call. So this is the argument list. Int a comma int b is the argument list. This is the original variable, this is the original value. Okay, that is why it is called as an argument. Okay, so here float x comma float y comma float z is there. These are the argument list and this is the name of the function call. So to understand this concept, let us see here one simple program is exist. Let me copy this program and you will definitely understand what is the happening in our program. Okay, let me take one new file and paste it. This is the user defined function call without arguments. Here we do not have any arguments. For this include stdio.h is used. Okay, now after include stdio.h, what we have to supposed to do? Please observe here include conio.h is compulsory. Conio.h is compulsory, and next you are writing void main function, and please observe this is prototype declaration. Okay, this void add of what is the name of the function? Add. So afterwards main function you are writing, and here writing clrss here is there, and now you are displaying the value. Please observe %d calling function add. So before calling a function add, you are calling a function add, you are not displaying the value. Any mistake? Yes, maybe it is a mistake. %d is not there. Your %d is not there. Okay, if you use %d, it will give you a garbage error. Right, let us see here. Okay, let me rectify first. I will explain now. Okay, so first prototype declaration you have done. You are writing the main function in the clear screen. You are displaying one output function. What is the output function? Calling a function add. So now what you are doing? You are calling the function add. This is function call, right? Function call without argument list. It doesn't consist any argument list, right? So whenever it calls, it comes here void add. Okay, void add. Here it is a function body. Function body is exist. Please observe here. This program you have to observe very carefully because next program is having this extension. Okay, so you are declaring three variables in the function body, int a comma b comma sum. Now you are asking for input two numbers. You are inputting two numbers. Input two numbers means we have to enter two numbers from the keyboard. So you are entering the value from the keyboard because integer variable, right? %d in scanf, %d ampersand a ampersand b you are doing, and your sum is taken. You have taken sum is equal to a plus b. So after that you are displaying the sum of two number is %d sum. So you are displaying that value. Okay, after this value control will return here and it will display return from the function add. So this is the one of our example of function call without arguments, function with no arguments and no return type. So it will call here and it will, after execution of this program, control will come here, whatever the rest statement is there it will execute. Okay, so this is the addition of two program. Here you are seeing this function call. Okay, yes, let me save it. Addition of two number. For example, I think you have understand, right? For example, if you want to do the subtraction of two number, what you will do? We will do the same thing, right? So here in the place of add you will do sub, and here calling the function add, you are calling the function add, you are calling the function sub, here calling the sub, you have to process the sub. Okay, if you call n number of times, what will happen? Okay, yes, let me check. Okay, let me save it first, I will show. Okay, now this is fun 2, right? Fun 3, let me make it as a fun3.c and come here, alt enter, and open fun3.c, fun3.c. Yes, F5, alt F9. Is there any error? No error. Control F9. So it is asking for input 2 numbers. I am entering 10. It has missed, right? Please observe, now I am pressing F7 key. So function key F7 is for your understanding purpose how the control will transfer. So every C program starts from main function, right? So I am pressing F7, main function. So it has read your prototype, already read. Okay, clear screen. Now it is calling displaying printf, calling function add, and you are calling the function add now. So please observe where the control will go. It will go to the function body. It has come here, body, right? The function body should not be terminated with semicolon. If you place the semicolon, it will give an error. You are not supposed to give semicolon after the function body. If you give the semicolon, then it will give an error. Okay, so whatever the variable you have declared, it as a declared variable will be accept, and whatever the output statement you have specified, input 2 numbers, it will accept. Scanf, you have to read 2 values from the keyboard. Now F7, it is asking for 2 values, 12 and 38. Yes, and I'm pressing and pressing and pressing. What happened? Yes, what happened here? Percentage D. Okay, now press the F7. Now check the output. After displaying here, it will come here and get ch. So get ch is present in your main function. Okay, please observe, this is your main function part, this is your main function part and cf, and this is your function body, user defined function. What is the name of our user defined function? It is add. This is your prototype declaration, and you are seeing now the value is 12 plus 38 is 50. Okay, but why it has taken scanf /n is not required. /n is not required. Now let me compile. Okay, yes, enter 12 40. What is the total? 52. After 52, it returns from the add function. Got it? So after execution, this control will come here. So I want to calculate, please observe here, it is only for one time, right? I want to calculate, I want to call this add 5 different values. I want to add 5 different values. In my programs, it may calls, if I call 5 times, what it will happens? Please observe here. Okay, I mean 1 2 3 4, right? 5. I'm just calling the function. Please observe. Right, now observe this program carefully. What it will happens? Please observe. It is asking for input 2 numbers. I'm entering 1 2. It is showing the sum of 2 number is 3. After displaying that, once again it will calls, and I'm entering 1 2, that is 13. It is showing, right, 2 3. Okay, it is asking for another time. Now it is not asking for the another time. Why? We have called 5 times of that function, so 5 times I can enter 5 different values and I can check. Okay, so likewise, instead of writing for the 5 times of that coding, just I will call. If I just call that code, it will be execute 5 times. I can process for 5 different values. I can process for 5 different values. So likewise, your functions are executed. Got it? So now you have understand this concept, I think so, right? So let us see function definition. This function definition already we have explained. Now let us see, this function definition consists of the description of the function. This function definition and function body means the body indicates open curly brace and closing curly brace. Whatever the content is present is treated as an, please, for example, in here This is your function definition. Here the function body starts. Okay, that is why it is sometimes called function body or function definition. Okay, yes, this is also very important topic. Let us see what is the function definition. The description of the function is given in two parts that are called function prototype and function definition. Whatever the description of your function, whatever the function description, okay, as you know what is a description. Description means explanation. Explanation part, you can give the explanation part of your function in two parts that are called function prototype and function definition. Function prototype as well as function definition. Now we are seeing the function prototype describe how the function is called. If you see this function prototype, it specifies how the functions are called. Okay, why it is required, now you are going to be understanding in the next example. Okay, why prototype declaration is required, you are going to be learning in the next page. Okay, so you must be very cautious why we have to use prototype declaration, right? Yes, C requires that either the complete function definition or prototype of a function appear in code before the function is called. So hence your C requires that either the complete function definition, or prototype of function appear in code before the function is called. Instead of your complete function definition must consist your prototype function or the code, whatever the code you are implementing. Okay, so that is why this function definition is required. If you observe the syntax here, it consists of function, function data type. Your function data type is specified, it is actually return type. Afterwards function name is there and argument list is there. For example, hint sum, your function data type or function return type, and sum is the name of the function, and here it is the argument list, int a comma int b, or data type, name of the function, and argument list. This is always a parameter list, not as an argument list. Whatever the variables you are using in the function definition is always a parameter list. Duplicates, dummy. Okay, parameter means dummy of actual argument, dummy of your actual. Okay, yes. So after the function definition, it must consist of a function body. The function body will be indicated, so please observe here, open curly brace and closing curly brace. In open and curly brace, you are placing some executable statement. Executable statement means you have to process some statements. You have to process some calculation, addition of two numbers, subtraction of two numbers, or pass or fail, biggest of two numbers. Whatever we have learned till now, you can implement. Whatever we have learned till now, you can be implement those programs in your function definition. Okay, yes, that's it. That is your function body. Okay, now return statement. This is a 2 4 marks question, very important question, is asked in your previous question paper, and we will explain this. This program is also this return statement. Return is a keyword. Actually, return statement returns the value to your calling function. Okay, what is the purpose of return statement? The return statement is used in function to return a value. To whom it returns a value? To return a value to your main program or calling function. So what is the purpose of return statement? The return statement returns a value to a calling function or a main program, main function. Okay, so what is the purpose of return statement? The return statement is used to return a value to a calling function or a main function. Okay, so it may be also used to exit a function. Sometimes it is used to exit your functions. The return statement may or may not include an expression. In your return statement, it may consist of expressions. Expression means evaluation statements, or may not execute expressions. Okay, so let us see the syntax. If you see the syntax here, it consists of return semicolon. Directly control will return, or return expression, whatever the expression value is that value will be returned. That value will be returned to the calling function. Okay, so till now you know what is the calling function, right? Now in this program you will see why we have to declare the prototype, why we are not supposed to declare the prototype. Okay, so let me copy this program. this program is for your return statement. Okay, this program is for return statement. After this you will came to know what it will do. Yes, now save it. Yes, this is a program related to the return statement. Here hash include stdio.h, hash include math.h also we have taken, means we are maybe we are performing some mathematical function, may or may not, right? So please observe here int main function. Okay, already we have explained in the first chapter. While writing C program, we are writing int main function. If you are using int main function in your program, you have to write the return statement. This return statement will return the value to the main function. Okay, now afterwards what you are exactly doing, please observe here. Yes, CLRSSR here, prototype declaration. Please observe here int return type prod is the name of the function. It consists of a 2 argument list. What is this? 2 argument list. Okay, so int prod int comma int, this is a function prototype declaration. Maybe here you are performing product of 2 number. Maybe here you are performing product of 2 number, right? So to performing the product of 2 number, you are declaring the variables int a comma b comma result. Int a comma b comma result you have declared for the variables for calculating the multiplication of 2 numbers. Next you are writing the clear screen, and here it doesn't require %d for entering 2 numbers of 2 integers. We doesn't need this %d in your printf. For displaying only it requires. So if you want to enter 2 numbers, you have to use the scanf function, because we are reading that value from the keyboard, right? Afterwards please observe here result variable is there. For the result variable, what you are assigning? Prod of a comma b. What is the prod? Name of the function, right? What is a comma b? These are the 2 arguments. Whatever the arguments, this is a function call with arguments. So what, please observe here I am writing the variables which are used in function call is called as actual arguments, original values. Okay, arguments means original values. So a comma b is the original value. Okay, so when I am calling this, automatically after this, where it will control will go? It will go to function body, right? Here the function body is there. Please observe here int a comma b is there. So it is whatever the variable you have declared in the function definition. I am writing here the variables which are used in function definition is called as formal arguments or dummy parameters. Formal arguments are dummy parameters. Okay, let me write here, or dummy parameters. Okay, so to understand here, I am, instead of int a I am taking it as x, and instead of b I am taking here y. Okay, for your understanding purpose. Okay, so now I will explain neatly once again. Please observe here. So what is the aim of a program? Product of 2 numbers. Here in the product of 2 numbers, what we are using? Return statement, right? For your main function, instead of a void, what we have done? Int. If you are using the int, means we have to return a value to this main function, right? So now we have declared the prototype declaration, and here prod indicates the product of 2 number. We are processing the product of 2 numbers. So to product of 2 numbers, we are declaring 3 variables int a comma b comma result, and next you are writing one output statement, enter 2 integers. Scanf, you are reading 2 values from the keyboard, and you are now processing. Please observe here. Now result variable you are assigned this product to call, right? Function call. So whenever the function call is given, for example, I have entered from the keyboard as a 2 in A and 3 in B. Okay, 2 in A and 3 in B. So I am crossing 2 3, product of 2 3. Whenever the function is called, it will goes to the function body, that is function definition, right? Here int x comma y is there, x can be placed with 2 and y is placed with 3. Got it? Yes, x is the dummy variable of original variable a, y is the dummy variable of original variable b. Whatever the values a, b is present will be copied in x comma y. Okay, so what is the value of x? It is 2. What is the value of y? 3. So here what is the expression we are doing? Returning. What it returns? X into y. So this is an expression, right? In this expression what actually we are doing? We are doing returning x into y. X into y is 2 into 3. 2 into 3 is 6. Who call this function? This. So automatically this value will be returned this function. So what is the value in this function? 6. Where that 6 will be stored? That 6 will be stored in your result. After storing the result you are displaying the value. Okay, so that is the usage of your return statement. Product is equal to %d slash n result. So what is the value in the product? What is the value in the result? 6. How? Because you are calling function here, the function body execute here and returns the value to the calling function. Who called that value will be written here, right? After that your return 0 is there. This return 0 is for your main function. So that is why your return statement will return value to the calling function or main function. Okay, yes. Now let me save it with fun4.c and save it and come here and open. Now open your file. What is the name of a file? fun4.c, and now compile it. It consists of 2 error. Let us see what is that. Yes, here it is mistake. This is a illegal character, right? Now let me rectify this with double quotation. Save it, F2, compile it, Alt F9, run it. Is there any error? No error. Now run it. It is asking for the 2 integer. I am entering 12 and third 20. Whatever. 90. Yes, something has happened. So here whether we have given the get ch? No, right? So before returning the value we have to give get ch, right? Yes, let me save it once again. Let me check what it will happens. In scanf we are not supposed to give the slash n. If you give the slash n, this is a problem. Yes, now save it, now compile it and run it. Okay, now I am entering 12 is 144, right? So likewise it will evaluate. So I will show you how this program will execute by pressing F7. F7 gives the sequence of execution. Okay, first it will come your main function and it has a read your function prototype declaration variables, and it is asking for enter 2 integers. You have to read these 2 values from the keyboard now. So now I am entering 12 and 11. 2 values will be stored in A and B, and you are now calling. Whenever you calling, immediately control will go for the function body. Please observe here, whatever the values are exist, that will be copied in your dummy parameters x and y, and returns the value in the returning statement. We are processing, right, x into y. That 12 into 11 into 12 sum will be executed and it will be returns to the product. So the product means result, it will come and store in your result. After result you are displaying the value. After that you are getting ch, that get ch value will come, right? And please observe here, return 0, it returns the value to the main function. It returns to the value to the main function, hence it comes to your main function. Got it? So likewise you are executing. What is the purpose of return statement? Return statement is used to return the value to the calling function and main function. Okay, so now we will see this sample program, why we required function prototype declaration and why it is not required. Okay, now let me take new file. Okay, save it and come here. This is a sample program, why we required prototype declaration. Yes, now in this program you will see what exactly why we required your prototype declaration, why it is not required prototype declarations. Okay, yes, now let us see this program. Let me modify first, I will afterwards explain this program. Okay, yes. Yes. Now please observe here. This is a sample program. Okay, what actually doing, we are identifying the square of a number. What we are doing, square of a number. Okay, so for in our program we are using some of a built-in functions also, sorry, user defined function. Okay, not as a built-in function. We are included hash include stdio.h coordinate.h method.h main function. We are declaring two variable float a comma b, float a comma b. Afterwards clear screen. Now you are writing one output statement, enter any number. We have to enter a number from the keyboard. For that I am using the scanf statement and ampersand a. Whatever the value I am reading from the keyboard, I will store in a variable. Now in the b I am calling. Please observe here, we do not have any prototype declaration, but we are having name of the function. What is the name of the function? Square. Okay, prototype declaration is not there, but I am using square and passing a value. What is the a value? For example, let me understand, this is a 3.0. I have given 3.0. so what is the a value? 3.0. whenever you call this function, where automatically will go? Function body, right? So here it is, a is the actual argument and it is x is the dummy argument of this original argument, right? Whatever the 3.0 is present, it will be copied here, right? In x is, it consists of 3.0, and here we are processing now float y is equal to x into x. So 3 into 3, 3 3 is the 9, so that is the square, right? If I enter 5 into 5, 25, right? So it will be stored in y and it will return 9. Got it? So where it will return? It will return here and it will store b, right? If you display the square as %f a comma b, it actually show, because 3.0 9.0 has to come. What has to come? A value as a 3.0 and b value as 9.0 has to come, but here it won't comes. Why here it won't comes? We will see. Okay, afterwards let me check. Afterwards I will explain. So this is your main function, right? Here we have to supposed to give get ch. Yes, let me save it first and move to the fun5.c. okay, and come to your editor and f3 fun5.c. yes, what is our program? We have to read a value that is 3.0 and passing that 3.0 here, it will be given as a 9.0. it has to come as a 9.0, but it doesn't come as a 9.0, it will come only 9. Got it? Yes, or else let us see, two errors are there. Let me just say that. What is this? square is correct, this is also correct. Save it. Okay, function definition square correct. Okay, save it, compile it. Error, undefined symbol y. Where is undefined? Yes, here undefined symbol y, because it is capital Y. Okay, save it. Okay, compile it. One error, type mismatch in declaration of square. Type mismatch, please observe, right? So why it is giving type mismatch? Because you have not declared of prototype. If you are performing other than integer operation, you have to declare the prototype declaration. Okay, that is why it is not executing. Clear? Let me make it as a void and check. Save it and compile, and it consists of an error, void function not return a value. So if you are using the return keyword, it is not supposed to be void. Okay, it must be some integer. Got it? So here return type is not there, hence it gives float. Let me check. Save it, compile it. Even though if you did, it is not matching and hence it is not executing. Why? That is why means you are passing float value if you want to process other than integer, if you are processing other than integer, then prototype declaration is compulsory. So now let me take the prototype declaration, that is a float square of float. So likewise this prototype declaration is compulsory. Okay, prototype declaration. So after the prototype declaration, let me check what it will happens. Now you are seeing there is no error. Got it? Why it is not error? If you want to process other than the integer, then prototype declaration is compulsory. Prototype declaration is compulsory. Got it? Okay, so if you want to process in integer, for example, if you make it as an int, please observe here, int, I am placing this comment line in float in comment, and here percentage d, right? Now let us check here. I don't want all these things. Okay, now you give it as a integer, that's it. Now here the return types are not required, and your prototype declaration is also not required. Clear? Yes. Now if you save it and compile it, it doesn't have any error. Got it? If you are processing other than integer, then you have to, please observe here, enter 5, square is 0.0000. Why? Please observe here. You while displaying here printf percentage f, you have taken right, I have to made as a right percentage d. Yes, enter 5 square is 5 only. Whether 5 square is a 5? No, 25, right? But it is not coming. Why? Square of a 5 to 5 25, it has to return 25 in b. Square of a percentage d, yes, here it is missed. Please observe here, that is the thing happened. Now percentage d, save it, compile it and run it. Now let us check. Now I am entering 5, square of 5 is 25. Got it? Yes. If you want to perform other than the integer operation, if please make a note, I am modifying this f and I am modifying here float. Then compulsory what is required? Prototype declaration is required. Okay, here it is percentage f and here also it is percentage f. Right, I am processing in float. Got it? If you want to perform other than the integer, then prototype declaration is compulsory. Got it? So that is why here it is a mismatch, and you just give it as a float. Even if you try, then you are identifying one error. This error is because of mismatch. Why it is mismatching means you have not specified this prototype declaration. Okay, got it? So prototype declaration is required if you want to process other than integer operation. Yes. Now let us check. I am running control F9. What happened? Prototype declaration is there. Void main function is there. Enter any number. Percentage F and %a. It is stopping here itself only. Why? Float void main, enter any number, percentage f ampersand. Okay, please observe here the variables are integer, right? I have to make it as a float, right? Now let us check. Alt F9 and control F9. Let's enter any number. I am entering 5. If I press enter, the square of 5 is 25.00000, right? So that is why prototype declaration is very essential. Clear? Yes. Hope you understand this concept, right? So here a program won't execute because you already see it will take an integer value because function is not declared. Function is not declared, hence it has to come, but in our editor it has not allowed. So you have to declare the prototype declaration. If you want to process other than the integer value, then you have to supposed to declare it. Okay, so otherwise it won't works. Till now we have learned what is a user defined function, how to declare the user defined function, what are the three parts of user defined function. What are the three parts of user defined function? One is a prototype declaration, and another one is a function call, and another one is a function definition or body. And also it consists of return statements and also user defined data types, user defined types of functions. What are the user defined types of functions? Function with no argument and no return value, function with argument but no return value, and third one is function with arguments and return value. Now we will focus on function with argument and return value. Okay, so let us see the types of this user defined function. The first type is function with no argument and no return value. In your function there is no arguments and there is no return value, so it is the simplest of writing user defined functions. In this, no data communication between calling portion of the program and called function, right? So there is no communication between function call and function body. The function is called with no argument and the function does not return back anything to the caller. That is the thing. It is suggested as no data communication between caller and called. Got it? Yes. For understanding this, let us see here one sample program is there, and we will see one or two sample programs related to this program, this topic. Okay, I'm copying new file and paste it, and now hash include stdio.h, hash include ponio.h, and void main function and display. Okay, here no prototype is there, nothing is there. Here it is. Please observe, it won't execute because please observe this is a function call, right? This is CLR SCR. I'm giving this is a sample program to display your address only. Okay, get ch. This is a main function, right? Void main function. So please observe here I already made a mistake. This is my Andhra address. Please observe, this is my Andhra address I am displaying in this function. It doesn't have any return type and it doesn't consist any arguments. Okay, yes, right. You already, so I have given the semicolon for your function body. If I give this function body as a semicolon, then it will returns an error, right? Now let us see fun6.c. okay, now open my file. You will see the error. That is why I have not removed. What is that? fun6.c. okay, fi. Now whenever I'm compiling, it shows an error. Why it is an error? Declaration terminated incorrectly. So that is why your function definition or function body should not terminate with semicolon. If it terminate with semicolon, then it become problem. Okay, now I'm compiling and warning is there. What is the warning? Function should return a value. So it should not return a value. It doesn't required. It is only the warning. We can ignore. So it is a display, right? Let me check. I will show you how the sequence of execution will happens. Now I am pressing F7, main function. It immediately come to the clear screen, display function. So immediately control jumps to the display body. So whatever the content is present, it will returns, and after that control will return to your main program, and the main program your get stage is exist and the content will be displayed. Okay, so here function call, function, this is the function call, this is the function body. Here the function call, it doesn't consist any argument, and here it doesn't consist any return value to this calling function. Okay, so that is our concept, and we'll see second program, summation of two numbers, sum of two numbers. Okay, function with no arguments and no return value. Let me copy this program and take a new file and paste it, and add appropriate header files, hash include stdio.h, addition of two numbers. Okay, we have to perform addition of two numbers without arguments and without return value. Okay, CLR SCR. okay, now what is the name of the function here? Sum. You are calling. So after calling, control will go, please observe here, it will go here. Function body should not have semicolon, right? Yes, here you are processing int a comma b comma sum, and you are writing enter the values, enter a and b values. Here enter the values means enter the a and b values. So you have to enter it from the keyboard, and after entering that, now you have to process the sum is equal to a plus b, and you have to display sum of two numbers, sum of two values, sum is equal to percentage d sum. Okay, so I'm processing this statement, right? Let me save it. And fun7, right, fun7 dot c, and now here you are seeing that summation of two numbers, right? So let us see, this is summation of two numbers. Here function call without an argument, function body is exist, right? So function without argument and function without return value, function call, function without argument, and function without return value. So it has not having argument, it doesn't returns any value to the calling function. Okay, yes. Now let me save it once again and open here and alt enter f7, sorry, f3. What is our program? Fun7, right? Fun7 or fun6? Fun7, yes. Fun7 dot c, yes. Compile it, alt f9. Two errors are exist. What is this? Here double quotation has missed. Okay, and save it and compile it, alt f9. One error, no, you can ignore, control f9. It is asking for ab value, I am entering 12 13. So 2 value is 25, right? Why it is like that? In scanf you are not supposed to use the slash n. If you use the slash n, this is the problem. Okay, yes. Alt f9 and control f9. Now you are entering 12 13 25. Got it? So I will show you how it will run. By pressing f7 you will see the program series execution. So it starts from the main function, clear screen functions, calling function sum, function body will come. Here prototype declaration has not done. Why? Because if it is by default the returning value is integer, right? So you are calling, and here it is asking for the two values, and I'm entering 12 34, and sum will be processed and it will display the sum, and control will return to the main function. After the main function, whatever the rest is program is there, it will be evaluate. Okay, so likewise it will display. Okay, now now we'll see another program. What is another program? Write a program to accept three numbers, multiply. Multiplication you have to supposed to do multiplication of three numbers. Okay, so let me take new file and save it, and modify with void main, and hash include conio.h, right? And here mul is integer, right? You are returning in the integer, that is why prototype declaration is not there. Please make a note. Your calling function call is there, without argument is there, automatically control will come here. It will multiplication of three number, you have to enter three numbers, right? Three numbers. Now for that we are writing on output statement, enter three number, percentage d, percentage d, percentage d. Why this 3 percentage d in scanf? You have to read three numbers and process that, and you have to display that value. Okay, yes. After three number multiplication is equal to percentage d, result will be stored in d, so hence it will perform. So get ch is for your output. So after calling this will be evaluate and will come here, right? I'm saving here, and fun8 dot c. Okay, so now open our editor, our file fun8 dot c, and compile, alt f9 and control f9, and it is asking for the three numbers 12 23 45. So 12 23 45 says multiplication is 12,420, right? It will come like that. I will show how it will evaluate by pressing f7. You can see the series how whenever the function call is called, control will move to the function body. So whatever the function body is exist, it will evaluate. Okay, it is asking for three number 12 1 2. Now I am pressing f7, processing has done, result will be displayed, but that result will be displayed through from your main function itself only. Okay, got it? Yes, likewise it will evaluate. So hope you understand this concept. What is our concept? Function with no arguments and no return value, right? So here actual parameters and formal parameters are came. The variables which are used in function call are known as actual parameters. Already I have told formal or dummy parameters or arguments. The variables which are used in function definition is known as formal or dummy arguments. Here you are seeing one program. This is the function call. AB is the actual argument and int x comma y is the formal argument, dummy argument of a comma b. Whatever the process you have done, it will be done and it will be displayed. So hope you understand this concept. We will meet in the next class. Okay.